You go to the hospital. You're in a hospital bed, maybe for a few days or a week. You're being treated by the hospital's doctors and their nurses, but you later find out that you've not actually been admitted. Does that sound strange? It's happening more and more. And if you're caught in this observation scam, it could very unfairly cost you thousands of dollars. Here to explain is my very observant law partner, Mike Solomon. Thanks for joining us,
Hey,
Mike.
Robert.
So what's this observation problem or scam?
Well, let's say you go to the hospital and you're being taken care of. You might not be formally admitted. And by the way, you may not even know it until after you're out of the hospital. Now, if you're admitted to the hospital, then basically Medicare Part A covers all your expenses. If you're not admitted, if you're under observation, then you're going to be covered by Medicare Part B, and you could end up paying out-of-pocket expenses of thousands of dollars.
What happens if you have to go to a facility for skilled care or rehab afterwards?
Well, if you go into a skilled care and a rehab facility, and you've been in a hospital, admitted to a hospital at least 3 days, then you're going to be covered by Medicare for up to 20 days in the rehab facility. But if you're under observation, then you won't be covered by Medicare, and you could literally, again, pay thousands of dollars of unexpected expenses.
So how common is it that you go to the hospital and they put you under observation instead of admitting you?
Well, it's become more and more common over the last several years. There was a study that showed 40,000 patients were under observation for more than 48 hours. So
Wow.
that implies it could be literally impacting hundreds of thousands of people.
So why would a hospital classify someone as under observation if you're sitting there in the hospital?
Well, what's happened over the years is Medicare has started to enforce provisions that want to make sure the hospitals don't keep you unnecessarily in a hospital under hospitalization. So to avoid those potential penalties, what hospitals do is they say, rather than admitting you, you're under observation, and they avoid those penalties, but that's causing people tremendous problems.
Is there a way for us to protect ourselves?
One thing, if you're in a hospital, every day you ought to ask about the status. You know, are you under observation, or are you admitted to the hospital? And if you're still under observation, then talk with your doctor and see if that's justified. If they don't think it's justified, you and the doctor should go to the hospital and demand to be admitted to the hospital.
And if you go to a rehab facility and you have to pay, or you're told you have to pay?
You get a big bill, then you ought to file for a Medicare appeal and follow all the rules and appeal that decision.
Sounds like a classic example of unintended consequences.
That's right.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
Don't assume that just because you're in a hospital bed that you've been admitted. And if you're not admitted, the cost can be sky high. Don't fall into the observation scam. Follow Mike's advice. We'll be back.
Call Budish, Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.budishandsolomon.com.
Thanks for joining us. Next week, we got lots of great stuff. Until then, please make the most of your golden opportunities.
Would you like to join our kitchen conversation? All you have to do is call toll-free 1-877-765-1543 and leave us your question, name, and phone number. Or log on to www.golden.tv for all the latest information and show updates.